Hello! If you resonated with the Five of Cups, then this is your dream reading. Five of Cups. Okay, hold on. Let's do this pile. Alright, Five of Cups. What are the messages for the Five of Cups? No. Okay. That's interesting. No. Five of Wands. Okay. It's interesting because no literally just came out in the Oracle deck for the last pile, which was the Two of Wands. And that was the last card out. So, what was in the last card? But it did just come out. So you might resonate with the Two of Wands as well. Like you guys might have a similar energy. Or there just might be a message in there for you. But you have right now the Creator, no, and then the Five of Wands. And I think the Creator even is talking about more of a masculine or androgynous energy. So yeah, you might actually really resonate with the Two of Wands pile. But let's see what this pile is talking about. Part of me is wondering if you need to just go watch the Two of Wands, because I'm like, hello? It's just so funny that the first card to come out was that one. This is interesting. Okay, I do think you should watch the Two of Wands. I do also want to say that if you have been finding yourself projecting onto other people a lot, yeah, the King of Cups, Eight of Cups, I think it might be time for, okay, let me just say this and then we'll shuffle the cards and make sure that, because that could just be a one-off message or this could be the message. So if you found yourself projecting onto people a lot, first of all, it could be unintentional. You might be projecting onto others unintentionally because you might be trying to figure out who you are and holding on to all of these different identities and these things that give you meaning and avoiding the truth of how you actually feel inside, which is that you just might feel like you're not yourself. You might feel alone. You might feel like part of the crowd but lost in the crowd and really in need of an awakening. And I feel like Spirit is coming through and maybe acknowledging that. And I think that there is some healing that needs to be done and some healing in solitude here where you need to kind of find your power and discover who exactly you are. Because I think right now you might be putting out an energy into the world that is really like tough and strong and mean, but also very off-putting, pushing people away who are actually just like you, just other people in the world trying to figure it out, and kind of closing yourself off emotionally from being able to tap into how you feel, tap into your heart. And just there just seems to be this off-putting energy, and I feel like Spirit is coming through right now, and they're saying that there's a miracle waiting for you, and there's a lot of healing in this miracle, and that's going to come with you putting your guard down and being more open to exploring the part of you that is feeling. I think that there's a need to explore the feeling within you and maybe even the feminine within you, bringing a little bit more balance, letting your guard down to yourself, letting your walls down and looking at those emotions and examining them and creating from that place. There's also like a creative energy here, maybe finding an outlet to express yourself and express your feelings, recognizing that you don't have to have this hard exterior, you don't have to be so tough, you know. And this might be something that you learned from family. This could be something that you just learned growing up, how to put up those walls and be strong, but you don't always have to be strong. And sometimes being so strong can turn into being mean. And I think that there might be a reflection of the energy that you're putting out into the world and how that's affecting others through the Two of Wands. Because the Two of Wands pile was talking about being ostracized by others and by the world because of this sense, because they don't fit into what you think, what people think they should be. But the funny thing is that none of us fit into these stereotypes. None of us fit into these expectations because they're not real. They're not based in humanity. They're based on systems, which are illusions. So all of us are kind of faking it till you make it, until you just decide to get out of the game and start being yourself, starting to discover yourself. And I feel like the miracle that is coming to you is that you are going to begin a journey of healing and shadow work that is going to reveal to you who you truly are. And I think with that will come a lot of empathy and forgiveness and compassion, and just, I think it's going to change your life. I think you're going to become open. I think your heart is going to crack open. Yeah, I just think that these walls are going to come crashing down. Okay, so you have the Queen of Swords here, the Queen of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like there's this energy of you can be both. You can be strong, and you can also be vulnerable. Like, strength does not mean that there's no vulnerability there. And I think the Queen of Cups is often misunderstood because, you know, she's so, she's not stoic, but she has to put on a brave face, and this is because she is always prepared to take on the challenges of the world. But I think with this Queen of Cups coming in, and she's always prepared to defend herself, but I think with this Queen of Cups coming in, this is kind of talking about you recognizing that not everything has to be a challenge, and not living in this place of like, oh, I always have to fight for myself. I always have to be ready. I always have to be prepared. You know, I think with this Four of Pentacles, it's talking about this energy of always having this sword, and you might have like a sharp tongue. You might have a talent in communication, but it might be being misused right now because of trauma. Because I think that you actually might be a really great communicator, but because trauma might be ruling your life, or a little bit of guardedness might be ruling your life, it blocks you from being able to communicate with compassion or access your intuition to be able to use writing or speaking from a creative sense. So it keeps you in this block. And I feel like Spirit is saying that it's time for you to open up and reconnect with your creativity, reconnect with your weirdness, and just let the walls down. I feel like there's actually a huge win coming in for you, actually. I think there's a huge win for you, and I think that Spirit is about to unite you with a part of yourself and with people. I think you're going to be shown what it looks like to be happy and to be a unique individual. And I think it's going to awaken something within you. I think it's going to make you want to begin to do that work as well, and get to a place where you really resonate. Because I think that you're going to find people that you resonate with, but there's going to be a bit of but you're not going to feel, you might have already found people that you resonate with, but you might be blocking yourself from connecting to these people because you feel like you're too different, but you know that on the inside you're actually the same. And so I think Spirit is actually going to take you through this process of tearing down those walls, taking down that mask, so that you can begin to allow those kinds of people to be your friends, to be in your life. Allow that kind of partner to be in your life rather than always pushing it away. Because I think you're going to be presented with a Six of Wands opportunity, a Four of Wands opportunity, a real win. And I think that and I think that if you don't accept it, that's going to trigger you into asking why. And this is not the only miracle that's in your life or that's going to come along. So don't take this as like something to be afraid of, like you're never going to have this happen again. It might just be presented to you to trigger you into an awakening. I do think you're going to be going through an awakening. But Spirit, can you speak more to this Six of Wands and the Four of Wands? Like, what is the reaction to this Six of Wands and the Four of Wands? Because you also have the Seven of Wands with it. So there also just might be this feeling of not being good enough. Yeah, Five of Pentacles, struggles, hardship, loss. There might just be this feeling of not feeling like you belong in a space that, and it might be a space that you wouldn't have wanted to openly belong to a couple years ago. It might have been something that you thought was strange or weird, but you maybe come across people that you really connect to, and they're a part of this space, and it makes you begin to shift your perspective a bit, and you realize maybe you were judging it a little bit more than you should have been. And then there could be a lot that comes up, a lot of triggers that maybe come up from childhood about feeling left out, about feeling like you had to find a way to survive and always fit into these institutions, and realizing that, you know, somewhere along the way you ended up having to leave behind who you truly were, because who you truly were was, you clearly recognized from being in your environment that who you truly were was something that wasn't accepted or something that was seen as bad or dangerous. So you might have pushed that part of you away, but I think that something is coming through to open this back up to you and to say, here's a chance to reconnect with this. I think that there's going to be a lot of healing. I think you're going to go through a lot of healing. And I think it's going to be kind of life-changing. This is like somebody who was in the closet from like a very young age, and just wasn't allowed to be themselves, and maybe even also participated in isolating people who were openly queer, because, you know, they felt within themselves that they could see that it was dangerous, and and in a way it's trying to protect those people, because you're like, you can't be like this out here. But I think you're going to realize that the world is different. Life is different. You might go to a different neighborhood, or you just might meet people that just really change your mind. And you don't need to be queer. That was just an example. Five of Cups. Okay, so you're coming through, because that's your card. Five of Cups with the Knight of Cups. I think someone's gonna offer something to you. I think you're gonna be presented with something, and yeah, the star continues to come out. I feel like you're gonna have one of your wishes granted, like something you've always wanted. I think is gonna show up, and I think it's gonna be very jarring to you, because it's gonna show up as what you actually need versus what you might want based off of this persona that you've created for yourself. And I think it's going to lead to a lot of mourning and realizations about, you know, the parts of you that you've kind of been hiding from yourself. But what is the answer to this Knight of Cups, to this proposal? Do they accept this? Eight of Pentacles. I think you realize that there's work to be done, but I think that you're willing to take on the work. Yes, okay, good for you guys. I think that you take this on. I think that that's why Spirit is so excited. I think that it's a slow and steady journey, and I think you should take your time, because it's scary being introduced to new energy like this. But this is like the Lovers. This is beautiful energy. I think that you guys accept this challenge. I think that you're presented with this thing, and I think it's terrifying, but I don't think you push it away. I think it's very triggering, and it might push you into an ego death or shadow work, a dark night of the soul, some type of spiritual awakening. Feels like you're going to go through a journey, but I don't think you'll have to go through this alone. I think that you're going to go through this with this person or this community or this project, this energy that is that is new but familiar. I think it's going to be alongside you, and because I think that you're being brave enough to take this on, and you say that you're willing to do the work, and because you're willing to do the work, it sticks it out, and you end up flourishing because of that, and kind of coming out on the other side more of yourself than you have ever been before. Yeah, I think you find a lot of power. This is justice. I think this is justice for you. This is exactly what you've needed. This is really beautiful. Really, really beautiful energy. This could, yeah, I think you might resonate with the Two of Wands. Because I think that your heart is really, really big, and you're very, very kind, but I think that you've had to be very protective and very defensive, and you might have pushed away people in the past. But I also think the reason why you're going to be so open to this is because you know what it's like to love and lose, or to witness something that's magical and lose that because of boundaries or because of your guard, that I think that you're not going to let that happen again. Yeah. I feel like you're going to have to make a decision to accept this thing into your life, which is going to kind of be like a tower moment, because it's going to break down a bunch of things that you've understood about the world up until now. But I think it's like the best falling apart that could ever happen. It's like the best tower moment that could ever happen to you, because it's exactly what you need. Look at that. The tower. I knew it was going to come out as I was speaking about it. The tower. Yeah, look. And then the sun, which has continuously been coming out. This is beautiful, beautiful energy. And the magician. This is beautiful energy. I think you're about to go through a life-changing experience, but it's going to be majestic. And I think you're ready for it. I think you're more than ready for it. So your dreams could be showing you that something that doesn't belong is falling apart. It could be showing you people that you find really cool and that you feel interested in, but maybe you feel like you're not cool enough to be around them. It could be that kind of energy. Just wanting to be a part of something but feeling like you don't belong. Your dreams could be showing you this curious energy that lives within you, something that wants to come out, something that wants to look into this, but is trying to, something that's trying to be opened up, something that's trying to be explored a little bit more. Yeah. And that doesn't have to be what your dreams are showing, but ultimately I think that this is what they're telling you. Yeah. I really think you should watch Two of Wands. I think you should watch the Two of Wands pile, because they had 1717 come out too, and I think you two are connected. I think you are a connected pile. So, yeah. And the Magician, the Ace of Wands, there's absolutely something coming into your life. Oh my God, the Lovers, Strength, the Magician, the Empress, the Ace of Wands. There's absolutely something, yeah, there's a new beginning coming in, and I think it's going to bring in love. I think it's going to bring in love. Honestly, I think you guys are going to be presented with love, and I think you're going to take on the challenge even though it's scary and terrifying, and I think that's because you're ready. I think you're ready to be open to this, and so congratulations. Okay. Yay! This is really positive energy. I'm very happy for you. Watch Two of Wands. I think you'll resonate with it. Okay. Bye.